kid, it's the 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 kid. Guys, we're here, we're live. Guys, I get it, it's the international break. It's international break, not a lot is happening. But don't worry, I am here, your boy Double H Half Hope is here, the man for the football hot, and I'm here to help us through what is a difficult time, which is 2 weeks of international freaking break. Because even if there's international break, there are still big, massive news. And I think the biggest news, well, one of the biggest news of today, again, I'm sure you must have been hearing me tweet this throughout on my Twitter platform at How Hope Hot. Zidane, rebuild, project rebrand. The objective of Zidane and Real Madrid is to rebuild Real Madrid so they can take back that La Liga crown and put away all of the embarrassments that we've seen them go through this season. So the thinking here is that he has been given a $300 million kitty to spend this summer. That's what your boy Zidane has, because look, this is a horseman. Okay, so when a horseman comes, you're going to give the horseman something. You don't give a horseman a job if you don't promise him at minimum 300 to 400 million cracks to get in there. So obviously many names have been going around. We've had Eriksen, we've had Icardi, we've had Mbappe, we've had Neymar. But one name that nobody really saw, has not been on the radar at all, Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane, the Senegalese international. She's still Nigerian. So that's a name that has been put out there. And it's so this is where we stand from what I've read. So again, these are all rumors and everything, but the beauty about rumors is that let's just have a discussion. So this is where we stand with this. So the idea is he wants Mane. He's willing to give Liverpool Varane in exchange of Mane. So he'll take Mane plus the cash. So you sell Mane, you get the cash from Mane, including Rafael Varane, a World Cup winning centre back, one of the best players at the World Cup. So there are many different ways to unpack it, but let's just unpack the most obvious one. Is Sadio Mane the man that Real Madrid need? It was very interesting that, because again, even before I was doing this video, I was saying to myself, okay, why would Zizou go for Mane? Then I think back to the 2018 Champions League final and look at how well Mane played and how Mane was individually trying to lift Liverpool up in the absence of Salah. And you know what? I truly believe that performance he had in the absence of Salah has actually infused his performance this season. But I think Zidane, viewing that, he said, wait a minute. This may be the kind of engine and spark that this team needs, especially in attack. That look, Cristiano is gone. And you can never fully replace Cristiano because Cristiano is a specific kind of player and nobody's going to get his kinds of goals. But what Zidane is maybe looking for is, okay, we need a spark. We need some magic. We need some sexual magic in the attack. And he's looking at Mane as a player who can give Real Madrid a different kind of dimension. Because remember, Mane is only a piece. He's just one piece of several pieces that he's trying to pick apart. But I think in Mane, he's saying, you know what? This guy brings in a unpredictability that I think would be a great cog to have within the attack. And I just think, because again, like, you don't think that Mane is the kind of guy Real Madrid would take, because again, Real Madrid are the guys who are looking at Neymar, Mbappe, Icardi, literally the best of the best in their position. Sadio Mane is playing really well right now, but I don't think he's even right now considered one of the best in his position. Well, maybe form-wise, but let's just say in the past year, legacy-wise, you would not call him one of the best in his position. So that's what it's interesting, but it's very exciting because I just wouldn't have seen this. And I don't think Mane is Zidane's kind of player. I wouldn't really understand how Mane would fit into his team. But the more and more I think about it, the more exciting it is because it's so different. It's so left field. And I just think with the inclusion of Mane in there, it just gives Real Madrid a whole different personality and a whole different edge. So in that case, if you have Mane in there, then I'm thinking about, all right, who's a striker? Are you going to get another wide forward? How would Isco fit in there? Because I suppose Mane either will play wide left or wide right, because I think he's going to get either Asensio or boy Beast Mode out of this. So how would he come into that area, and how would he link in with Isco? Because I just believe that, look, man, Mane is a player that is improving, and maybe we are the bad guys here. Maybe we're the bad guys here. Maybe the very fact that we don't believe that he's a Real Madrid player, maybe we are wrong. Because again, the whole point of there is no such thing as a Real Madrid player, a Barcelona player. A good player is a good player, but the key thing is you have to rebrand yourself. You have to change yourself. You've got to change your ethos and the way that you go. Would you call the Us necessarily a Barcelona-esque player, especially in the Messi era? No. But look at what the Us has been doing, and the Us has given Barcelona a whole different edge and a whole different element to their game, which has improved them. So maybe in Mane, from the offset, similar to the Us, okay, is this really a Real Madrid kind of player? But maybe he gives them a whole different edge and a whole different element that just makes them very, very dangerous. Because at the end of the day, the mission here is about rebranding. But let's now look at Liverpool specifically with regards to the deal. If from Liverpool, you don't sell. You don't sell. Mane is your best attacking player. He is. Salah's the goal scorer. Overall, I'll say Van Dijk is the best player that Liverpool have. That's Liverpool's best player and Liverpool's most important player. In the famous words of $1 Million Man Teddy DiBiase, those who obviously watch wrestling, everybody's got a price. Everybody's got a price. And Mane has a price. If Real come with 250, let's have the conversation. If 250 plus Varane, let's have the conversation. Nothing less than 250. 249, get the hell out of here. That's the key. Not a yes. 250 plus Varane, let's begin the conversation. Because I believe that 250 plus Varane, I think that Liverpool would be able to survive. Because I think with 250, with how the team already is, you've got Salah the goal scorer, you've still got a very strong midfield, you've got Van Dijk, you add in another creative player, another striker, and another wide man, another central defender. We already have a central defender in Varane, another quality backup keeper as well. It's looking high. It's looking high because, trust me, there are players out there. But I just believe that if Real Madrid come in with like a 100 million, 150, 180, no, Mane is too valuable. Mane is too valuable. Because again, I don't think they'll come with 250. So I do not understand. I don't think there is a deal that Real Madrid can table towards Liverpool that they will accept. And I think in terms of Liverpool, nah. He's too good a player, too valuable, and too important for Liverpool going forward. Now, with regards to Sadio Mane himself, what do you do? If Zidane calls you, scratch that. If a horseman picks up the phone and calls you and says, I want you on my team, I want you on my team. Look, I mean, if that happens, how do you reject a horseman? So I'm saying, if you're Sadio, how do you reject a horseman? How do you reject Zizou? I don't know. So, look, if I was Mane, remain at Liverpool, everything's going well, or move to Real Madrid and play under Zidane? Again, look, Liverpool are one of the biggest clubs out there. They're going great, they're going real. But this is Double H, the football analyst. This is Double H, the objective football analyst. And in my analytical point of view as a football analyst, between Liverpool and playing under Zinedine Zidane for Real Madrid, there is no comparison. You go to Real Madrid to play under Zinedine Zidane. So nobody can begrudge Mane from saying, guys, Zidane is calling, he wants me, I want to go. But I just think, with regards to Liverpool, where Liverpool are concerned is, you cannot, in any way, shape, or form, sell homeboy. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't sell homeboy. He has to remain. He must remain. Okay, I don't. Okay. Let's bring in the Brexit. Say he must remain in bloody Europe. He must remain. He must remain. He must stay there. Now, I don't believe this deal will go through. I don't think it will happen. I believe that the rumor is just out there. I don't think there's any real truth to the rumor. I don't think that man is really the guy that he's really going to be going for. I still think that Zidane's main target is Hazard. That is his main target. And I think if he gets Hazard, I think he's going to try and see what they can will and deal for either Mbappe or Neymar. But 100%, I think the player they're trying to lock down right now, as in they're working on it right now, is Zad. They're trying to lock down Zad. So again, maybe I'll talk about that on a different vid. But I in my point of view, when the summer rolls through and we see everything, I don't think this deal goes through. I don't think this deal goes through. Like, I don't envision a scenario where Liverpool sell Sadio Mane, especially because forget this season. Even if last season, my gosh, he is important to that front three. He is important to how Liverpool attack and create chances. So that's just last season, but before. But even coupled with what he's been doing this season and his goal scoring, not only his goal scoring, his clutch goals. No, like Liverpool said, it doesn't matter what you offer. No, because the thing, okay, let's even go back to the 250. Because I said, okay, everyone has a price. Even if it's 250, and this is the mistake that people make, oh my gosh, 250, look how many players we can buy. It ain't that easy. Okay, you've got this 250 now. Not every player is available to buy. Not every player is first of all available to buy. Not every player is going to be willing to go to a Liverpool. And maybe it's a case of where, yeah, you may have the money, but maybe homeboy will go for less money to play for Real Madrid or Barcelona or Juventus or Bayern Munich. So that's something that you should be wary of. Don't just jump into the whole thing of like, my gosh, we've got all the money and therefore we can buy all these players. Look at the Villas-Boas Tottenham scenario when they sold Bill. You may get 5, 6 players, 4 or 5 of them turn out to be dots. So you've got to be very, very wary in that sense. So, but yeah, look, man, I don't think it will happen. But just imagine Sadio Mane playing for Real Madrid under Zidane. That is interesting. Thanks for watching the video. Now think about becoming a Football Hot patron by pledging an amount each month and then gain access to exclusive content only on the Football Hot patron page. Peace. Head over to the official site at halffootballhot.com or just click over here.